It's a beautiful day, the end of October. Let's go see what we do with our cows once they're home. I had to go back in for another jacket. I just like to test drive how warm it is outside. Oh, look, there's my coffee. We've had the cows nice and close to the house because we've been bringing them in, preg testing, sorting. Oh, look at them. Glenn's like, I wonder if they're gonna find the open gate. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna find the open gate. So with having them in so close and super convenient, well, you can see there's grass out there, but this time of year there's no green grass anyway, really, but like the tall dead grass out there. The cows have been home all summer, been out there. So yeah, they'll come figure it out. Some smart person will figure out the gates behind me. Smart cow. Hey, listen, they learn things. Don't underestimate them, that's for sure. So where we're going to put them is kind of this field that we just opened up here hasn't had anybody on it except for a few calves that have been bad and gone through the fence. But this is one of our barley fields that was particularly late in some places because the gophers had been eating in the corners. So there's lots for them to do out there. We're probably gonna go ride the fence line just to make sure that it's good. That's funny. We're driving backwards and the cows are running forwards. Oh, there we go. Hey girls, morning. The sun's in our eyes a little bit here. So immediately they think they're gonna go out the other gate, which is pretty typical. You can see how dusty it is here. And our heifers are still with our cows for now. We're gonna be doing a full wean. Then we can have another look at our heifers that are still here. This is one of them here, looking good, eh? Yeah. The clouds look a little bit stormy. I don't think it's supposed to be stormy. So we've opened up the gate into the barley field for them to go into, but they've ran right to the gate where we would chase them in for sorting, which isn't, I mean, that's pretty normal. They get used to a pattern. So we're gonna send them back out, hopefully. If not, they'd wander, but we're gonna see if they'll chase here. We only have the truck and not the quad, so they might not. Pretty typical. Somebody will try to lead them off in the wrong direction. There's not even a gate over here that they use. Come on, let's go. Come on, two. Let's go. Come on, girls. They don't understand. It's okay. Most of the time I don't understand either. We're at a standstill. They're like, I don't know where to go. Oh, is the gate open? Oh, yeah. Oh, phew. Finally. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of cows on the other side. They were drinking water and they're like, where are you guys going without me? You'll figure it out. Everybody will come back for some water. See, that's the problem. Well, this is a 2. So she's one of our first calving heifers from last calving season. Is they'll run straight for the cow at the end instead of back to the gate. But she'll figure it out. We're not closing the gate. It'll be good. I think Glenn wanted me to point out that in this field here, we haven't pressured this hard. He only put a windbreak or fire guard around it. And we're going to be putting our replacement heifers here at the end of November. So we're going to leave some stuff in here for sure. all the glamorous side of ranching. So what we're gonna do, because there's quite a bit of sludge in here still, is we're gonna put some water in this. We've bucketed out how much we could, and then we're gonna give it a good siphon and see what's left, because this is really not drinkable, that's for sure. Sorry, it's kind of gross, but this is what ends up in the bottom of the trough. It kind of has the consistency of afterbirth. It's a little bit slimy and jelly-like, and it doesn't really want to come out. So it's super slippery. Anyway, Glenn's got all of that out now. We just have to put some fresh water in here, turn stuff up a little bit, give the sides a little scrub down, and be good to go. Before we take it down to the pump house, we're gonna do an oil change on it, but he wants to start it, so he's gonna prime it. Gonna put a little gas down in where the spark plug came out. Clean the oil filter. Check it. Okay. All the things you would do to a small engine. These guys are expensive to replace. I want to keep them up. Barso, my old friend. If you guys have watched the channel for a while, you know that my dad is a mechanic, so I grew up in a mechanic shop, and it was my job in the summertime to clean parts in the Varsol tank. So it kind of like is how some people would think of a chicken dinner, maybe. The smell of Varsol takes me back to my childhood and happy memories.
It's because the Varsol's thin in the oil.
Any particular oil?
1030, 530.
I need that to get me going in the morning. Wow, it's been a few hours, and probably 40-50 bucket loads out of the corral. Well, the problem with leaving a big hill like that in the corral is the cows play round and round, and also like we need it out of there before we start calving, because this is where we bring them in when the weather is super cold during calving, or it's snowing and blowing. We bring them in, lock them in here, and bed them down, so can't have a mountain of poo in the way. Anyway, good job, Glenn. We just went to, well, Glenn went to start this, and He-Man pulled the cord right out of the starter, so he's going to replace it. He's got some cord there. You prepare for everything. You oil change it, you clean out the filter, and you put a new spark plug in, and and then you got to replace the pull cord. We were just going to add some water to the troughs this morning before we fill them up for the cows to scrape around the inside with a broom. and clean that gunk off and then empty it out again. So it's good and clean for the cows. It's not a very nice day here today. What is today? Today is Tuesday, like the 29th of October or something. And it's kind of spitting, it's supposed to maybe snow. So that's all right, a little foggy. This is some pasture that we had that we're breaking up with. The reason why we're breaking up with it is because old hay fields just invite gophers. And of course here that invites badgers. Maybe gopher holes wouldn't be so bad, but badger holes, man, that's crazy. So this is all gonna be dissed and seeded to something next year. I'll have to stay tuned for that. It's already been sprayed, so that's why everything looks super dead. I wish we had this kind of well up at the house. This is running full bore pretty well, as fast as the pump will run, lift it, and I think this well is 10 gallons a minute. Up at the house we've only got 2.5. 45 minutes I'll have this tank full. Girls, let's go. Yeah, don't you be looking at those hay bales. Be a long time before you get those, I hope. Oh yeah, there's no doubt they want to stay on this field that had barley on it. There's lots to eat out here. This is our bin yard at where the windmill is, and we only ever just moved the cows through here because it's got all our machinery in it. Be no good for them rubbing on it, that's for sure. There was an old building here in the corner that was a bin that Glenn took down this summer, and then we had buried. All right, making a triangle for the fencer to go in. This is the first field that we let the cows out onto. It's really the first field available, and I'm surprised they didn't run right past it. They were probably curious because let's take a look at it. I mean, these are just regrowing lentils from when it got hailed out. You can see there's a lot of lentils on the ground. So there was a hail claim for sure on this piece. Some of it was worse than others, but our cows have never seen lentils before. So they were a little curious and didn't run out of it as fast as we thought. This piece next to it here is the oats that we combined. And so they're way down at the end of this field, and I can see them moving towards the oats, and they're gonna be like, why did we waste so much time on this weird stuff? Glenn was a little worried about them eating the green lentils because they've never had it before, but have any of you ever grown lentils and put your cows out on it afterwards? What do they think about it? Seems like there's endless problems. So that is the float shut off. It's all the way up and it ain't working. Something new to look at. That's why you trust but verify, folks. Start by eating the heads off of it. Mmm, yummy, eh, girls? No power on the triangle part itself? Oh, oh yeah. Insulators for the steel post. Oh, you make it look so easy. These ones have the little pin that you can kind of fun cheat, stick your wire in there and put the pin through. These are brand new. Isn't too many used insulators, Sister Glenn.
Too many.
Alright, now we'll be cooking with fire.
Why is that bottom one on? Because it's ground.
Wire that on. The reason why we're putting power on this fence is because it is a 3-strand smooth wire fence. Cows have zero respect for smooth wire unless it's hot. Alright, so for my mechanical friends, we're going to be replacing this wire here. And that runs the shut off on the float. The float is still good, so we're not going to replace it. We're just going to replace this wire here. Here it comes.
No.
Anytime.